Traders, investors, what is going on? We are back. We have been feverishly researching the stuff and things, namely Ethereum Classic. Now, I was shied away from this because I didn't do my own DD. I heard from peers that it's a dead project, don't invest in it, blah blah blah, and so I didn't. So I got kind of shied away from it. Saw it at 30, saw it at 60, and then around 90 I said forget it, I'm going to load some up, set a stop, and here we are 2 days later. I got some time to do some research, and it is at $140. It hit $150 today. So let's talk about why is it a quote-unquote dead project, why people think that. Let's talk about why it's not a dead project and why I'm about to invest in it heavily. So contrary to popular belief, blockchains are hackable. It's all about hashing power. And in 2016, and forgive me, you can't see the chart. I mean, find a chart. Bueller? Anyone? Someone find it. I can't get the data on what the price was of Ethereum Classic or Ethereum in 2016 whenever the split happened. I've done more research than this. Anyways, it's nowhere. Let me know if you find it in the down there. We'll circle back to that. My point is, when the breach happened, it was cheap. So we can get back to like right when the split happened. We can't get the price before. I would have to imagine it was higher. You know, a lot of sell pressure because of the hacking. But even still, you know, how much higher? Not much, right? You know, sub $20, sub $10 likely. So a breach happened, and we're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about the one that happened recently. We're going to talk about the one that happened in January of 2019. So it was $4. So I can't find how much it cost them. You know, they made about $1.1 million when they did this double spend attack. And what is a double spend attack? Let's go into the things. So a double spend is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's when a currency is spent twice, and that could only really happen with digital currency. You know, you can't spend a physical dollar twice. It's just not logic, right? But as they say here, you know, savvy individuals who understand blockchain networks can actually manipulate it and do a 51% double spend attack, which is basically where, you know, 51% you have the majority control of the network. And you can do these different attacks. Now, the caveat is it costs money, right? You gotta purchase or rent. You have to create that hashing power, right? And forgive me, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about this, but I promise you I will. I'm extremely obsessive and compulsive, and we are going to learn everything about the things, and we're going to pass it along to the peeps. Also helps that one of my mentors for trading stocks, actually, oddly enough, is an 8-figure crypto whale. I think he's going to be proud of me that I'm crossing over to the dark side. Now, that is neither here nor there. Let's get into the things. So why is all this relevant? And so people said it was a dead project because, you know, one, it's not safe, right? It's been hacked twice. And what's it doing? Let's go on the big charts. I mean, other than this little pop, it's been pretty much sideways for years now, right? Not really doing anything, so, you know, hence a dead project. So always do your own research. Don't let other people convince you things. Just, you know, do the things for yourself. And check out the stuff and things, you know, by me, obviously, right? So crypto as a whole is waking up right now. And, you know, we saw alts start to boom when Bitcoin dominance died. And this certainly was one of them. But the important distinction to make is, you know, basically what's going on right now is just human psychology, man. It's just like when you see a sympathy play in stocks. If eyes is running, ears might run. If Tesla's moving, check other EVs kind of thing. You know what I mean? So a more direct example would be Bitcoin Cash. When Bitcoin Cash launched, it mooned just because it had Bitcoin in the name, right? You know, Ethereum Classic has Ethereum in the name, right? Not only that, but it's way cheaper than Ethereum, and it's offered on every broker, or every crypto broker, and it's even offered on Robinhood and stuff like that, I think. So You have people that want a slice of the Ethereum pie that don't really want to get a fraction of a share and actually want to control something. You have the entire crypto craze as a whole. And WATCHLIST, you have a great recipe for moonery. So what's the risk? You can't do it 51% on Bitcoin just because of how the network is set up. It's a lot more secure. And also, it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars per minute in order to, gain access to a mining pool with that kind of hashing power, right? So it says here by Forbes, if the amount of hardware is made available becomes accessible to a hostile pool of miners, there is a potential for a 51% attack. Now again, this isn't the same thing as Bitcoin, right? Because it's not a market cap of a shit ton trading at, 56K or whatever it is right now. What a dumpster fire, man. I just can't get it together, man. Bitcoin's like that family member that's always drunk on holidays. I mean, we love him, but just, Uncle Billy can't get it together. But Ethereum, trading for $3,500, same kind of story. It's going to cost a god-awful amount of money to gain access to this. You're going to have to actually, acquire the hashing power. It's definitely a feat. So it's not as tangible to do something like that. When the asset price is high, so is the entry level for said 51% attack, right? So as we move higher and higher away from this, whoa, those are stocks, gross, get away from me. We're crypto peeps now. As this asset price gets higher and higher, that said entry level also gets higher and higher for them to actually be able to hack this thing. So that, peeps, is why it's not dead. It's just misunderstood, and I'm holding. So let's get into some technicals. That's the thing, boys. Technicals don't have to be that technical. I mean, sure, you can do some of these over-the-top things and really get a glimpse at, what's going on, but just some simple trend lines, some simple patterns that go a long way. For instance, yesterday we had this little rally. So I marked the bottom of this rally here, little trend line up, touching on the wicks. And then at a horizontal line at the peak of that little rally where it first pulled back. And so we kind of fell out of that range here. Not horrible because it didn't fall that far. You can see it started to wick up right there. If it went down to this level right here, basically the point of first rejection, I mean, I guess you could call it that, but this is the major rally. This is where it really gets rejected and pushed down. Next candle up. So here's the next rejection point. So if it got down to there, I would be a little bit more concerned, but it kind of popped out, just kept consolidating, and then once it started pushing this high right here, I was super bullish. And if you look at this candle, there's a little bit of wicking on top, but the buyers are pushing it up hard, right? Your next candle is your red flag. That's looking good, and the pullback didn't even test the past high. Just kind of continued to tick up, so we're off to the races. This isn't super tight. We want it to go straight up. But this is fine. We had a crazy move today. I think we were up like 69 or 8% or something like that at some point. So we got this huge wick, this huge rejection here. You see the volume rolling in. Once that rejection starts, you look at all these red volume candles. Lots of shorting, lots of selling starting to roll in. People taking profits. So we got a lot of wicking, a lot of rejecting. So we fell out of this ascending triangle here. Tested another rejection point. This is a good point to hold right here. I mean, if we don't hold here, I would expect it to catch in this region right here where it started to reject again and buyers were pushing it up. You look at some of these candles. There is a serious disagreement here. I mean, there is almost no body to those candles at all. You had buyers and sellers just absolutely fighting this thing. You see sellers pushing that down. Actually successful dropping it to the next level, but then the buyers just overwhelmed them and pushed it to highs. So super bullish. Be patient, man. There's always opportunities, especially in the crypto space. Lots of volatility. Don't chase. If you do chase, set a stop. An aggressive stop, like one right near your fill, above it, under it, something. And then you don't have to feel like you're missing out. Then at least you can get stopped out and get a better fill down the road or whatever. But anyways, traders, that is it. So hit the thing, do the stuff, follow me on the stuff and things if you don't, join the Discord, and let me know in the down there if you're enjoying the crypto stuff, because I am. And yeah, I mean, I'm here for the peeps, so I want to know what y'all are interested in too. Catch you later.